No, Dave, you are an interesting YouTuber. Your videos aren't boring. Hello everyone. Now, this is the 4th time that I've tried to make this vlog. I'm not a big fan of doing vlogs, and if I've been sat in the edit thinking, my god, this is boring, then take it as read. I'm not going to subject you guys to it. You can thank me later. Anyway, this is just a little quick vlog. I'll try to keep it quickly, just to give you a bit of an update about a few things that have been happening, and about one big thing that's kind of happened, as you've probably guessed by the title. So listen, this year I've not done so many reviews, basically because I've bought all the bikes I want to buy for the next few years now, and all my reviews in the past have been bikes that I've actually been interested to potentially buy. And one thing Veefour is not, apart from a YouTuber that owns a Veefour motorcycle, even though his channel's called Veefour, should really call it Triple. You're drifting, Dave, you're drifting. Right. I really do enjoy doing motorcycle reviews. That is my thing that I love doing the best, giving you guys the best consumer advice so you can make much more and much better informed decisions about where to spend your hard-earned dosh, cash, dollars, wonga, insert your national currency here. But as I have bought all the bikes that I want to buy for my own personal riding, I've not been really doing any. The only bikes that I kind of ride that aren't potential future bikes for myself are ones that I'm borrowed when bikes are being serviced, such as, you know, things like that. Usually Triumph, because that's where old Richard Parker goes here when he goes for his servicing. But anyway, so I've not been doing any. Now, one thing your boy here isn't, I'm not a tyre kicker. I'm not going to go into a dealer and crack on that I'm interested in buying a bike when I have no interest whatsoever in buying the bike. I'm just interested in riding it to do a consumer review on it. And my channel does not have enough of a subscriber base, enough cachet for me to be able to go into a dealership and say, hi, I'm Veefour, I want to ride one of your bikes, and then, you know what, I'm not going to buy it. No, that's not what I'm about. So consequently, there hasn't been many reviews from me of late, and I do apologise for that. And if there are any manufacturers or dealerships out there that are in the UK, around the north of England, that have seen my stuff and would like for me to test ride their gear, then, or to anything, whatever it is, you know, I'd be up for doing it. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to go into Kawasaki, for example, because I'd really like to ride more Kawasaki's, and say, hi, I'm interested in buying the new Z900 or whatever, you know. I'm not going to do that, not me, unless they actually ask me to. So I'm not going to go in there and crack on that I'm going to buy one. So that's why you've not really been seeing very many reviews from me, and again, I do apologise. And if anyone's got any ideas out there for vlogs that potentially they might like to see me produce, I'm always open to suggestions, so please feel free to drop me a comment about anything that you would like to know, anything at all about bikes I've owned, equipment I've got, anything at all that you want to know about that you'd like to see some information about, well, let me know. I'm always open. And that being said, what else has been going on this year? I've been really getting into my work with BSB. It's got to do my jacket up, it's blown open and I'm billowing. There's billowing. I'm not billowing now, that's better. Yeah, so for the last couple of years of doing the marshalling with the Race Safe, the British Superbike Championship, and the occasional visit to World Superbike and MotoGP, I've been doing it on old venerable Richard Parker here. I've been loading him up with tent and equipment, and, you know, been making the best job of it I can. But I'm 47 years old now. I'm starting to get on a bit, long in the tooth, etc. And as such, I'm not enjoying camping at all. It really does take the shine off the whole weekend when you've got to come from a wet track after 12 hours of being trackside and go and basically sit in a tent until the next day. It's kind of miserable. And to that end, I really thought, right, if I'm going to keep doing this, because I do like doing it, I really do enjoy being part of the British Superbike Championship, even though it's a very tiny small part, it is still, nonetheless, I am involved in a very real sense, to the point where I can now say our sports with a certain degree of ownership, you know, and I like that, you know, I like being involved with it all. I like fiddling with the bikes, picking the bikes up, helping the riders out of trouble, things. It's all good, I love doing it, but the accommodation side is rather a drag. To that end, I've purchased myself a caravan. Rather nice one, not brand new, but you know, about 6 years old. Very nice, very comfortable. I've done a round using the new caravan, and my god, it is so much better. It really is. It's like having an extension of your own house. It's fantastic. Now, in order for me to have a caravan, they are quite expensive pieces of kit, and I also had to get a bigger car that could tow a caravan. We're talking money here, you know, and your boy Veefour might have some nice toys, but I am not made of money. Oh god, no. So something's kind of got to go. Now, I've been riding my 2016 R1 this year solely as a track bike, and my god, it has been good. That bike is just born on the track, and that's where it should live all of its life. Now for those of you who don't subscribe to my Instagram channel, you won't have seen these pictures up there. And what we're looking at here is a 2007 K7 GSXR 750 full track bike. So what has this bike got then? Well, starting from the front, it's got full Öhlins internal cartridges and springs on its OEM front fork tubes. It's got an Öhlins TTX rear shock. It has a Power Commander 5 fully mapped for a Akropovich tail can that does about 101 static noise tests, which pleases me. It's got a Brembo radial master cylinder front brake, which is linked to some kind of race converted front calipers. It's got Hell brake lines front and back braided. It has full track body kit on it. It's got Superbike slick tyres on it from Pirelli. It's got all kinds of good things on it, and it's basically track ready, low mileage, 8,000 miles, and it's a really good bike. So why do I have it? Well, therein is the other half of the story. Now, with the R1, which I converted to track use only earlier this year, I've done 5 track days this year on it, and it has been absolutely superb. It really has. It is just so good on track, and the electronic rider aids just so confidence inspiring, and they really do work brilliantly for the fast track day rider such as myself. But when I was riding it, and to a little degree my older R1 from last year, I've noticed over the last couple of years that a good hard day's riding, such as I do on the R1 on track, leaves me with really sore hands and right ankle. And basically what's going on is I'm starting to get arthritis, age-related shit, you know, in this sort of bones here in my thumbs, especially the right one. And it's really exacerbated by riding the old liter bikes around track, to the point where it's becoming unpleasant, you know. And coupled coupled with the fact that I had a bit of a realisation with the R1 that it is in fact, after my house, the single biggest purchase I've ever made in my life. I think I paid about £14,000 for it, and I have had some good use out of that bike. I've loved it. It is the best bike I've ever owned, and possibly the best bike I ever will own, technically and for what it is. And coupled with, thank you, coupled with a need for a caravan and a car upgrade, I was kind of forced to sort of have a think about purchases and how much money I have available. And I was looking at the R1 thinking, well, what am I going to do with this bike? Because if I wrap it up and smash it to pieces on a track day, that's it, it's gone. £14,000 bike, or £12,000 at current market value, it's gone. Just like that. And it did play on my mind a little bit, even though that didn't reflect in the way I rode it, because it is so confidence inspiring and awesome on track. It never really ever felt like I was ever in danger of crashing the thing at all. It's just superb. But I was looking at my finances and I was thinking, well, I really do need a caravan. I don't want to get a shit one. I need a car, a bigger car. I can sell the one I've got. And maybe if I sold my Triumph, because I'm not really getting the full use out of that as I would like. But anyway, so just as a test, just to see how it would go, just to see what the market was like, I put the R1 up for sale in full track delivery on a Facebook motorcycle group, advertising it for sale in its current track form with all its road gubbins included in the reasonable price. Not giving it away, but I've priced it to see what the market would be, £500 under market value, including the track gear. So it was a good offer, you know, good deal. Anyway, not expecting, just be expecting to be given a bit of advice and maybe a couple of tyre kickers to have a sniff. But no, that literally 3 hours after I put it up, some guy contacts me and says, "Yeah, I'll have it. I'll buy it." I was like, "What?" And I'll come up now. And he came up. He come up from like 200 miles away nearly, and just basically laid the cash down and took it away. And his intention is to use it as a track day bike, and which is very, very admirable that he's going to do that, because that's where it lives. So from having an R1, I suddenly didn't have one anymore, and it was like kind of shell shock, because I didn't wake up that day thinking I was going to sell my bike, and it just kind of happened. And yeah, it was very, very sad. It was, you know, oh my god, I'm making a mistake here. I'll never have a bike like this again. I'll never have the money to buy a bike like this again. And anyway, but he turned up with a big old fat wedge of cheese and took it off my hands. So it went, it's gone. And I made a decision then that this is it, I'm retiring from track day riding. I'm getting too old, it hurts me, it's kind of, these pains I get in my hands are spoiling the fun, and already coupled with an already existing shoulder injury, it was the heavy braking which was causing me trouble. So anyway, that was it, I retired from track day, which lasted 2 weeks. Because some of you may already know that I am an incorrigible flake, I really am, and along with that I'm also an inveterate purchaser of toys. And whilst browsing one day at track bikes with the thought in my head of, well, maybe if I get a smaller bike, a 600 or a 750, that would be more manageable with my conditions. Then I saw this Suzuki Gixer up for sale, bang on the right money. It's a bit of a bargain, I think, anyway, because for the amount of stuff that's on it, you take it all to bits and price it up, it's like £1,000 like undervalued for me. But anyway, so I thought, you know what, yeah, I'm going to do it. And just had to travel a hell of a long way down the other side of the country, picked it up, brought it back, and I thought, well, that's it, I've got it, I'll stick it in the garage and I'll ride it next year, because it's into October, there's no... But anyway, but I said, no, we'll have one more track day. So I looked at the weather forecast for local, for Oulton Park, and there was a nice period of dry weather coming up, so I thought, you know what, one more track day this year. I'll take this Gixer out, see what it's like. So I booked it, and it pissed it down. It rained. It was the worst track day ever. I got there late, just about got my sighting laps done, and on a wet track with slick tyres, so I sat the first session out, just, you know, because we have to do your sighting laps before you're allowed out on track for your full session. So I did the sighting laps, come in and parked up for the first session. The novices then went out, and some absolute Burke in the novice group on some beat up old Fireblade then decided that he would dump his entire crankcase of oil in a 2-lap parade lap of Ulton Park, ignoring all black flags being waved at him and people waving frantically for him to get off track. No, he just bimbled around for another 2 or 3 laps, spraying oil everywhere like a muck spreader. So that was the track ruined. It was ruined for the next hour while the No Limit staff and the Ulton Park staff battled valiantly to try and mend the track. Now, being a race safe marshal, I've got to deal with that kind of thing, and on a race day, if such a thing happened on a race day, even on just like a third of a track where a bike's not realised before he's got off track that it's dumping oil, it takes us like half an hour with like 100 people with brooms and spill kits to clean up a spill like that. So the circuit did quite well in getting it cleaned up in about an hour or so, you know, and so it was just about rideable. Well, it dried up, and I went out, and it was awful. There was just oil everywhere. It was, oh god, it was miserable. I ended up doing something like 6 laps. The track was still a bit damp, and I'm on Superbike slicks, and it was a bit sketchy, but even those 6 laps, my god, that Suzuki is good. I wish I'd bought a 750 just from the off now, you know, because Superbikes, the litre bikes, is something I had to get out of my system. I'm glad that I have now. I've owned them, I've enjoyed them, I've loved them, I've cherished them, and I've let them go. But the 750, it's what I've been saying with this thing here, this MT-09, the mid-capacity engine is where it is at, and that 750 is superb. It feels tight because it's relatively low miles. It's not been used that much in the last couple of years. It feels really tight handling. It handles beautifully. The brakes are fantastic, really strong, but you can modulate them. It is so good. I'm really excited about riding it next year, and I've got to wait now. I've got to wait like 6 or 7 months before I can get to ride it again. It's so annoying. But anyway, so that's where I'm kind of up to. The R1 has gone, and I now own a 2007 GSXR 750 track bike, which I'm very happy with. It's really, really good. And that's kind of where I'm up to. So thank you very much for sticking with me thus far, and if anyone has got any ideas for future vlog topics such as this, because the test rides are kind of drying up a little bit at the minute, I may have to address that at some point. I might just have to balls out ask dealers, look, can I test ride your bike for my video channel? I will give you a shout. But we'll see how it goes. Might have one more, because my Triumph Tiger is coming up for its first MOT and service, which I might have done at Triumph. It's just expensive to get it done there, and it's out of warranty now, so I'd rather get it done at another bike shop. But I know at least with Triumph I can get a courtesy bike for a few hours to test ride, so I might go out of pocket and do that just for you guys, and see if I can score a test ride on the new Speed Triple RS. Interested in that bike, I like the look of it. But for now, I'm just so in love with my little MT-09. I love it so much. It's like my forever bike now. It's how it kind of feels. But me being the flake that I am, I'm sure I'll probably sell it next year and buy something different. You know what I'm like. Anyway, so thanks everyone for staying subscribed to me, and thank you everyone who has subscribed recently based on my motorbike reviews. Please stay tuned. You know, it doesn't cost you anything just to keep it tucked away there on your subscriptions list. It doesn't really take up much room, and I will hopefully see you again soon, before the end of the riding season for definite. Alright everyone, take care and happy safe riding.